Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 8 of 6 Raid Reviews. Today we will be looking at the gameplay of Worrun. Now, Worrun is another absolute Tarkov crusher, and I really enjoy studying these guys because I take things here and there and implement them into my own gameplay. I wanted to look at Worrun for 2 reasons in particular. Number 1, his crosshair placement and anticipation. His thousands of hours of gameplay really show in this particular area. He is able to anticipate where his opponents will be, and the anticipation leads to almost 100% perfect crosshair placement. This leads to many easy kills, or in my opinion, kills that he makes look easy. Point number 2 is reaction time. This is something that thousands of hours won't necessarily help you with. This is something that is a natural gift, but Worrun has an unbelievable natural gift, and we'll see 2 flicks in game 2 that are beautiful. We're jumping on factory once again. If you would like to look at the map review, you could click right here. It will be in episode number 7. Before we hop into weapon number 1, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button down below, well as checked out my links and Worrun's links in the description down below. Without further ado, let's hop right into weapon number 1. For raid number 1, Worrun will stoop to the level of Val Gamer. Now, the Val is popular for 2 reasons right now. Number 1, its rate of fire. Number 2, its ammo has great damage and great penetration. And since it fires so fast, everything stacks on top of each other, and the gun is absolutely lethal. And in Worrun's hands, it's even more than lethal. I don't know what that word is, but it is that word. This is the weapon for raid 1. Let's jump into it. Now, Worrun spawns in a spot that I am not the most happy with.
Money on ICC, it's not funny.
But he gets right into offices.
We made so much gold through carries, dude.
A little interesting thing, shuts the door behind him, just cutting off another entryway that he wouldn't know about.
100% for some time.
Spots a player.
Smile.
Looking. Anticipation, hipfire, dead. Another one, gone. That's 2 out of 5
Same
dead already.
We're killing Arkham.
Shuts the door.
For the
cuts off another angle. Spots the scav above him.
Yeah, I start at level 1 Zephyr, but it's 7x.
And once he gets here, he hears
way faster leveling. You can
crunching
ping 80 if you want to.
Across. Holds the angle, anticipates it, guns him down. Throws a nade just in case somebody else was coming up. Runs after it. It's perfect. Oh my god. Perfect placement on that point fire on the second gentleman, and insane reaction time on the third. Lands on the guy's head, takes him out.
Yeah, let me know what you want me to run, barbecue.
And now he's just gonna loot and get out of the raid. I will show you the end result of the raid. This is the end raid screen. As you can see, he took out all 5 PMCs in the raid like we saw. What I want to do is go back and let's take a look at those fights in slow motion. Now, this is the first fight. He spots 2 players outside the bathroom window and lines up this shot perfectly. He's not going to shoot the floor. He's not going to shoot the railing. He is perfect aiming right through the rails. And then he comes around and swings down and takes out player number 2. They never stood a chance. Engagement number 2. He hears the crunching across the hall and anticipates the shot perfectly. Just look, he's waiting for the peak. He knows it's gonna come. Comes, takes him out instantly. The nade is to prevent anybody from re-peeking him. He's gonna reload, push the grenade behind it. And this is the interesting part. When he swings this corner, he's gonna be looking in the back right and then rotate it right perfectly to the man on the stairs. And then this poor guy just gets dropped on, and there's just nothing much you can do about that. And that's just how quickly it happens for Worrun. Now that is the end of raid 1 essentially. Let's hop on to weapon number 2. For raid number 2, we are going to look at kind of a memey gun, but still very effective in what it does. This is a leg meta MPX. The reason it is leg meta is because of the ammo it uses. And in this particular instance, Worrun is using rip ammo. Rip ammo has exceptionally high flesh damage, but little to no penetration. Now, the reason this is effective is because of how limb damage and blacked out limb damage works in Tarkov. Once a limb, such as a leg, is blacked out, the damage done to it is distributed over the entire body at 1x the damage dealt. And with rip ammo doing so much flesh damage, shooting somebody in the legs kills them very, very quickly. Now, this MPX has little to no recoil. It has 27. It is a laser beam. And when in Worrun's hands with his skills, your legs are not safe. So this is the weapon. Let's hop on into raid number 2. Here we go. Raid number 2. Leg meta in full effect. Let's see how Worrun adjusts his gameplay based on the weapon he is using. As always, golden star and right at the start, making sure you can run regardless of what happens to your body. He spawns in a spot. Again, there are a lot of spawns on factory that are tricky, but that one I do not like the most. There's so many player spawns around you, but luckily nobody attacks him. Gonna try to gather some hearing information. Doesn't hear anything at all. Goes through stripper pole. Alerts people of the wood. He's gonna go right in the front door. Now, there's a lot of little things that he does that I really try to implement. Like right here, for example, boom. He shuts that door behind him, just cutting off another angle of attack. Spotted his arm, took him out instantly. All arm shots. And this guy just hip fired. Done.
Lucky the first guy didn't have a visor on him.
He's lucky the first guy didn't have a visor because the ammo he's using, the rip, like we talked about, does not have a lot of penetration. Don't think it would go through a face shield. So the face shield probably would have saved the first gentleman in the hallway. Gonna drop his backpack because there's more people to attack. Gonna use the green stem. Now the green stem is gonna heal him up all of his body at once.
Is he gonna push?
But he's gonna hit the serve kit. Gonna repair, I believe, his arm. Still listening. Here's the metal footstep. So he knows he's on the other side of the hallway at least. On the other side of the offices at least. Peeks the door and spots him just for a brief second, but the anticipation, look at the crosshair placement.
PP-19?
Oh. That poor man's face. But that's all because of Worrun's perfect crosshair placement and anticipating that peek. Look, and there's 3 and 4 of the server. So there is one other player alive.
Too bad this guy's not wearing a visor, so he got one tapped.
2 people not wearing visors. Oftentimes visors are...
TV guy.
I want to use the word overrated, but in this specific instance where Worrun is running rip ammo, the visors would have helped. But look at the downside of the rip ammo right there. The scav survives because of his helmet.
I mean,
it did not penetrate the helmet.
Yeah.
Clearing out the office. Nothing in there. Look at that.
And that kills.
Do you see that? That reaction time's insane. Little flick. That's 4 dog tags earned for the raid. It can only mean 1 other player's left.
Well, I should probably need that water. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh my god. Unbelievable. Now this is a player scav remaining.
I was not paying attention.
His reaction time there to
Wait, you're still alive?
realize he was being shot at, duck out, and then re-challenge and hit perfect shots. Unbelievable. He is bleeding out. He knows he's bleeding out, but he needed to take care of that player scav first. Here's some footsteps.
What?
Almost unlucky. But look, he's a head, an arm, and a leg. Not a lot left on the body here.
Yo, this holographic like this reminds me of Arma 2. They're also like very fucking wide.
And now he's just gonna
Jeez, that's loud.
he's gonna loot up, but again, he has 113 HP. He has an arm, a leg, and a head. That is simply all that is attached.
Thank God.
And there's another reaction time thing. Scav comes through, breaches the door, scares the hell out of him, scares the hell out of me, but he's able to flick, take him out. And look at his body, blacked out all over the place. But another server wipe. Just an absolute clinic. There's a reason I'm starting to call him Worrun the Wiper. In raid number 1, we saw him wipe the entire server in short order. We saw him use his anticipation to pick up the 2 early kills, as well as kill 3 and number 4, and he used his reaction time to pick up the 5th. It was an immaculate display of the anticipation and crosshair placement. And in raid number 2, we saw him use his anticipation to pick up a beautiful 1-tap on a man with no face shield, unfortunately, and his reaction time to almost die to a surprise attack, but he was able to turn it around and end that poor man's life for not an entire server wipe, but the 4th out of 5 kills. Every time I watch Worrun, I am simply fascinated with his ability to anticipate things, and I really hope that the 2 raids we watched today showed that and highlighted that for you. That's going to be it for today's video. Don't forget, subscribe down below. My links, Worrun's links down below. Please check them out. I really appreciate it if you would follow me or him anywhere, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. I will see you guys next week for episode number 9.